Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7 and today we are checking out the Kansept Echis with the ultimate goal of seeing if it's worth adding to your collection or daily carry. Now today's going to be an overview and then we will do the in-depth review a little bit down the road. Now this knife did come from the Lefty Pass Around group. So much appreciated to them. Because of those guys, I'm able to get a constant rotation of knives, that far exceed the amount of which that I own. So now, like I said, this is a Kansept knife. Kansept, they're known for a lot of their out of the box designs. More recently, coming out with some real hard hitters. The Deadite. The Constellation, the Cybin, right? Those guys are, they're really not missing. I would say the last several models have been pretty dang popular. So Kansept is rocking and rolling right now. This is done in collaboration with Jin Designs. So you can see them right there. I'm actually not familiar with what other designs they've done. I've heard of them. I just can't place what other collaborations or, knives they've, kind of had their brand attached to. Now, first impressions, just looking at the knife, it's got this, I would say, semi-aggressive look. We've got a lot of hard angles. I don't mean hard angle as in like ergonomically hard, but I mean just visually we've got some hard angles. We've got this, I don't even know how to say it, almost cartoonishly shaped modified sheep's foot. We've got this, I don't want to say oversized, but we have a large flicking hole, right? So, things like that make it look fairly aggressive. We've got this mohawk front flipper. All of these things are kind of contributing to what I would consider to be a fairly aggressive look. Aesthetically, we've got this really nice kind of, what is it called? You can see it, so it doesn't matter, but I'll just say kind of a dark blasted titanium finish. We've got this golden anodized hardware. It's T8 for the pivot, and then we have T6 body screws throughout, which sucks, specifically because T6 is super easy to strip when you compare it to something like a T8 or a T10, right? Which means if you strip one of these screws out, or do like I've done and strip out several body screws on different knives, and it's like, well, you're kind of hosed. You can still get them out, but it sucks, right? We have a titanium deep carry pocket clip, and we have a fair amount of milling for weight reduction. I don't know if I'm getting you guys in there good enough to see it, but we've got some pockets out there. We have an internal relief cut, which is going to give this non-show side a really nice clean overall aesthetic. The scales are smooth, and then we do have this little, halfway up the spine backspacer, which is jimped, which I think is a nice touch. Doesn't necessarily add much to the, to the grip of the knife, but it's a nice touch. As far as the ergonomics, so one thing you're going to have to keep in mind is that you're going to be hanging off the back here. Not really hanging off, but it ramps up, right? So you've got a firm grip with these three fingers to here because they kind of stop you from rolling back, but then this pinky is just kind of chilling, right? It's not really adding a whole lot to the grip itself. Overall, I'd say it feels comfortable. I'm loving this thumb placement. You see how you just kind of slide in there? Whenever you have a little bit thinner, you see how the handle goes in. and then you even have some chamfering. Whenever the handle goes in like that, it gives you just a much more like precise kind of pinch on the knife, which can take a blade like this, you know, which is, you know, fairly long, fairly robust, but kind of give it this nimble feel so you can go through and do your cuts and feel like you're in total control, right? So I really enjoy that. As far as the weight and kind of the feel, it feels hefty. I would guess over 4 ounces. I mean, it feels solid though, which is good. I mean, the heft isn't bad, but it's heavier than it looks. As far as the balance goes, yeah, it looks like we are butt heavy, which isn't a bad thing. We're just behind the balance point. We've got a satin blade finish, albeit a little bit dirty, but that's because it came from the pass-around group. Like I said before, I would consider this a modified sheep's foot. And that satin finish is partially reflective, which I really enjoy. Partially, like you could see the vague hint of a reflection, but it's nothing like, you know, you're not going to be, you know, picking spinach out of your teeth with it, right? It's not that reflective. We do have a CPM S35 VN, although the website said CPM, but on the blade it just says S35 VN. So I'll have to get clarification on that. Acoustics, flipper is good. Oof. There we go. I prefer front flippers that have a little bit more of a horn, like a unicorn horn, but this works fine. And then the real money is going to be that reverse flick. Feels fantastic. You can thumb flick it. Can we do the... No, we can't. At least I can't. Yeah, overall, very satisfying detent. Acoustically, it has a very full sound to it. Very clicky. Well, on the close, you get kind of a, you know, kerchunk. A little bit. Lock bar access is super easy. They've given you plenty of room. They've got it chamfered in there so you can leisurely go in, grab it, and then we have a very relaxed drop shut. Now keep in mind this one has been broken in. So, you know, fresh out of the box, it might be a little bit tighter, but this is essentially what you can look forward to. All right, let's do the weight and kind of see what we're looking at, see how close I was, if at all. I said I'm guessing over 4 ounces. If I had to be specific, I'm going to say 4. I know, I'm going to say 4.1. Okay, nope. 4.3. So it is over the 4 ounce mark. It is still fairly heavy, but I would say that lends more towards feeling solid and less towards feeling cumbersome. Quick size or quick measurement. It looks like we're coming in say 3.5, just a hair less, maybe like 3. Yeah, I'm going to say 3.5. Yeah, I'm going to say we're at 3.5 inches. And then overall length, we are at overall length, I'm going to say we are at, let me make sure I'm lined up correctly. I'm going to say right at 8 inches. So 3.5 blade, right at 8 inches. Overall length, We're going to do a quick size comparison here up against the Real Steel Sylph, the Aurora Rays from Monster, and I am getting the low storage warning from my phone's camera, so I'm not going to do any more size comparisons. Oh, I'm going to leave that one out. That's really it for the first impressions, though. Do me a favor, go down to the comments and let me know, what are your first impressions? Is this something that, just based on what you know right now, you would add to your collection or add to your EDC rotation? And do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. Instagram and all the important stuff is going to be linked down in the description. And thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time, stay sharp.